Cooper CPAs, located in the heart of East Nashville, offer a wide variety of tax services for individuals and businesses. Contact them at 615-257-0646 and visit their website, allcooper.com, for a full list of services.
Hi guys, and welcome to Music Business Daily, where we give you the latest and greatest in music business news.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about a Beatles guitar that sold for more than they expected, some Taylor Swift, little Billboard Music Awards, and some Justin Bieber, so stick around.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Hi guys, welcome back to Music Business Daily. I'm Kane Harrison.
And I am Hannah Jackson. And first up, the Beatles, their guitar that John Lennon and George Harrison both played, was recently sold in a fundraising auction at the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square.
Sure was.
And it sold for more than double what they thought it was going to sell for. It sold for $408,000.
That is one expensive guitar.
Yes. It originally sold several years earlier in an auction for $100,000, right around $100,000. So whoever bought it and then sold it again, I mean, they just tripled.
Well, the really interesting thing for me is that, first and foremost, the Beatles stuff has gone crazy lately. I think they had a signed LP a little while back that had done the same thing and had gone well in excess of where they thought it would end up.
Yeah.
But this guitar wasn't even one of theirs, technically. It was used once in practice, I think, and then it was used in a photo shoot or something like that. So it's not even like
it was a gift that was given to them.
So, you know, it's 408.
Imagine
something out of a private collection that's been there for a long time.
It was a custom-made guitar, though.
But it's just a Vox guitar. Like, it's not even, I mean, as bad as that sounds, but it's not. You know, it's not like a really fantastic guitar. Or it's just simply
it's not
because
like it's going to get great
these
sound
guys
from
have
it.
had their hands on it. But I mean, you'd be stoked, wouldn't you? $100,000 they thought it would get, and it got $408,000
That's insane.
for a guitar.
I wonder who bought it. Who bought it?
Some fool with too much money. Moving along to someone else who has way too much money, and that is Trace Adkins and Donald Trump. Trace has just won Celebrity Apprentice, but it was the All-Star edition. He nailed the regular edition a little while ago, and they got a bunch of people to come back and have an All-Star edition. And the really cool thing was that I think they had to get together and come up with a product towards the end, and he came up with some ice cream and sold it exclusively through Walgreens, I think it was, and you could go, and all the money he raised went to Red Cross, and they raised a pretty large sum of money. Let me see where it is here. It's like $564,000 went to American Red Cross, and so that's pretty cool.
That's a lot
of ice cream.
Yes, exactly. That is a lot of ice cream. But I mean, that's a great marketing tool to use when something's available only at one place. People are more prone to go and get it. Plus, it brings great business for Walgreens as well.
And they also went on to say that there's a lot of country stars that are on television at the moment, and the All-Star Celebrity got 1.5 million adults to watch it, which was awesome. And also we had appearances from the Oak Ridge Boys, Thompson Square, Billy Ray Cyrus, and Winona Judd were all on the final performance. And then Tim McGraw's got a Superstar Summer Night. So there's there's really trying to cash in on these country stars being a massive hit at the moment and sticking on network television.
Country's really growing. I mean, that radio station's starting up in New York, you know, which
Kelly Pickler on Dancing with the Stars, and she's like one of the ones that everyone thinks is going to win. So it's a big deal. And so they're really cashing in on to get them into network television. And also that just crosses everyone over to become familiar with the music and buy more records, which is the key.
Well, speaking of big deals, George Strait actually just got his top 60th single, which is across the board in all music genres. That's the first time that's been done. So he just broke a record there with his 60th single. They had a little celebration for him, and
it's incredible. But the
alive
big,
and kicking.
The big push, especially around Nashville, was the fact that George was is 60. So and George Strait is the king of country.
I love it.
But he was turning 61 over the weekend, and so they wanted to try and get 60 in 60. And so the big push was to try and get him to number one before the weekend kicked off, and he turned 61.
They did it.
And so I guess, I don't know how long this is going to go on for. I guess it'll be 61 and 61. But this is his 40th album. 40 albums.
40 albums, 60 number one singles.
No doubt. I mean,
I don't see him quitting anytime soon.
But I don't think this will ever happen again, because this is just phenomenal that someone has 40 albums.
Yeah.
I mean, even you think about the high-ranking people of today, like a Rihanna, she made 7 albums in a row, and then is now having a break. But I think that we just leapfrog so much with the way the genre has changed.
He's a country music staple. He's been around for so long, and even people that don't know country music have heard his name.
Well, I think
or have probably heard his songs.
And the other thing that can be taken from this is just that a lot of his music hasn't changed. It's kind of like just good old George Strait, and that's just how it's going to be. He's not tried to have to cross over into different genres over the time or change his music or anything like that.
I think fans appreciate that about him. Like, that's why they're fans that are loyal to him.
I mean, he looks exactly the same. There's a few more wrinkles, but he looks exactly the same.
A little bit more grey hair, but...
Which is cool. I love it a lot. Taylor Swift, another superstar, absolutely dominated the Billboard Music Awards this week. She got 8 awards. So they included... Artist of the Year, Top Female Artist, Top Billboard 200 Artist, Top Country Artist, Top Digital Song Artist, blah, 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 blah. Taylor Swift wins everything. And of course, she was incredibly surprised when she won the awards by doing her signature move. Oh my gosh. So which I think is well practiced. Surely if you're Taylor Swift now and your name gets called out, you just go, here we go again.
It seems like you'd just be used to hearing your name called out.
I mean, like you said, as an actor, that just before off camera, you did mention to me that she must have an incredible acting coach who teaches her how to dry the eyes and to...
I did, yes.
Say the, oh my gosh,
I said that she must have an awesome acting coach side stage that right before she goes on says, okay, remember what we practiced, your surprise face.
But needless to say, she's 23 years old, so we know she's absolutely dominated and changed not just country music, but she's, I would say changed the platform in the way we view, share, listen to music.
Well, and she's crossed those, genres, I feel
100%.
like really well.
Well, this last album, I mean, she's actually was releasing coinciding singles in both genres. So a lot of the country people were like, when the first single came out, this is nowhere near country. Then the next one comes out and it's so country. And then she's just appeared on TV with Tim McGraw and Keith Urban on his latest single. So, I mean, she's just spreading it around. So if she's got the talent to write in all the genres and to perform in all the genres, she's still winning the awards, then go
keep
Tay
going.
Tay.
I mean, yeah.
Go
Tay Tay.
Go Tay Tay.
Yes. Well, also, a little bit of Billboard Music Awards. Justin Bieber won the Milestone Award, and that apparently was met with different views. Some people booed him when he was on stage, and as he was addressing the audience, he said, I am an artist, and I should be taken seriously, and all this other bullshit should not be spoken of. But then afterwards, he was actually snubbed by Taylor Swift when, not to his face, but they were asking her, after the awards, what she thought of him winning the Milestone Award. And she basically said, can I have another question? I don't want to answer this question. They think that might be because she's been pretty buddy-buddy with his ex-girlfriend, who I'm sure, youth drama, teen drama, people talk, people snub each other because he said, she said, she did.
Well, probably I also think that even though a lot of people see Taylor in the same light, she is, a great songwriter, whether anyone likes her performance or not, or whether you think she can or can't sing. She's a fantastic songwriter, especially just beyond her years. So she probably struggles with the musicianship of Justin Bieber, and they are so contrasting. I mean, he can play the drums a little bit, I think, but he plays the fool a lot better, I think, and he should just stick to that.
He plays piano, right?
I don't know.
I think that's what...
So what do you think? You think he should have won the Milestone Award?
I don't know if I fully agree with him winning that. I mean, he is really young, and I guess at that age, that's a huge deal to be awarded something like that. But I feel like there's other people that have been working at it longer and with more consistency as far as, I don't know, how they present themselves to the public and how they present themselves on stage that are probably more deserving.
I think definitely that it's because of the pop culture that goes with it. He can try and get away from a little bit. It sort of seems like it's cool to act up outside and that sort of thing. But so they say he took out also top male artist and top social artist. So
that's
he's obviously got a pretty good
because he's a teenager and he tweets and Instagrams all the time.
That's absolutely true.
He's in the heart of that generation.
Yeah, which is what all Milestone Award winners do, obviously, sit around tweeting all day long instead of writing songs. That's just my humble
I write
opinion.
songs through my tweets. What are you talking about?
Another really cool songwriter, but I tell you what, if you want to compare musicianship, Hunter Hayes, who released his debut album last year, I think it was, who's currently been on Carrie Underwood's tour, he played every single instrument on his album. So there's a difference. And he co-wrote, I think, just about
Oh,
everything
that's
as well.
insane.
So Hunter Hayes, he's played actually the piano accordion of all instruments since he was like 3 years old. You can jump on YouTube and see that sort of stuff.
Those parents knew what they were doing.
Well, and they've been great parents. I saw a documentary where they've taken him all over the place to try and get him to the place where he is now. And I think they were just waiting to groom him for this point. But needless to say, he is killing it. But he's been on tour with Carrie Underwood. And at the end of these tours, usually what happens is there's a bit of a prank, and he has finished his leg with Carrie Underwood. And there was a goat that famously turned up during the remix of Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In. And it's resurfaced because Carrie Underwood has put it obviously out and on the big screen and everything else behind Hunter when he was playing, finishing up one of his sets. But he, true musicianship, and he just performed straight through and away he went. But didn't mention it on Twitter, didn't do anything about it. So I think he absolutely loved the opportunity of being on tour with Carrie. But who wouldn't? She's an absolute superstar, and he would have been playing arenas all over the place. So.
I mean, I wish I would have been there for that. I'm sure there's videos of it that we can watch.
100%. There definitely is.
But I just want to see the look on his face when he's in the middle of singing and like focusing on the music, and all of a sudden there's this goat behind him.
Well,
like he just hears it.
I think that there is a video, and perhaps we can put the link up for you guys. But you imagine looking at thousands and thousands of people, and you know that feeling when you know something's going on behind you, but you don't know quite what it is. Like. Times 1,000 or 100,000 or whatever it might be. So, but he did incredibly well. But that is all we have time for today on Music Business Daily. Where can we be found?
Well, we can be found all over the place. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook. You can find us on our website. We also have an amazing little mobile app that you can download for your phone. I think it's just for iPhones right now, or is it on Android as well?
That's a technical question, which I don't know the answer to, but I have an iPhone and I definitely have the app.
Yes.
Usability is
definitely is on there. So you guys can look on there. You can like us on Facebook. We have pages for Music Business Daily and
all
other
of our shows
as well. So make sure you find us, like us, share us with your friends, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.